What's going on, guys? I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera, and something awesome happened last week. We hit over 6,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. Exactly. Crazy, right? And I mean, I really only have 6,000 people to thank. You guys. So thank you so much for making this possible. And as promised, I had a very special announcement. I am returning to the ring in 2021. I know! So this really had me thinking, what sort of goals should I be setting for myself when I return to the ring? And I thought of 11 wrestlers on the independent scene that I would love to face off with this year. Oh, Enzo Amore! He is someone that I truly believe is a superstar. I was shocked when WWE let him go, and all I can think to myself is, man, that would be so sweet if you took my personality and his personality, put them in the ring together. I honestly just think that's money right there. I mean, just picture it, the cheapest wrestler in the world versus Enzo Amore. Give us both mics, and right off the bat, that would just be crazy right there. We haven't seen Enzo wrestle too much since he's left WWE. We know he's involved in music, and he does all these other things, but I honestly think if you put us both together, that's magic, baby. If you've watched my first episode of my wrestling journey, the very first tag partner I ever had was Ness Lopez, now known as the God of Drivers, Everett Cross. So we tagged together. This is my first 2 matches ever, and they paired us together in the Independent Wrestling Federation. But now I'm looking back and I'm like, man, that would be like poetic for us to come together and have one epic face-off. It's never happened before, and I think it should happen in 2021. Now, this list isn't just people that I've never wrestled before. There are definitely some rematches that would be really important to me, and Kareem West is right there on the top of the list. I mean, he's one of the nicest guys I've ever worked. It was my first singles match ever, and I'm very proud of this match, and it would be my honor to step back in the ring with Kareem West and do my best to, evade his kicks, because they're no joke. Now, this next person is someone that you guys have suggested for me to wrestle many times over and over again. James Ellsworth. And I have to agree with you. I think it would be hilarious if myself and James Ellsworth got in the ring and did our thing. I mean, right there, that just has entertainment written all over it, doesn't it? I feel like it would be hilarious. I mean, I would try to, maybe kick him so hard that he would grow his chin out, something like that. And, I mean, come on. Wouldn't that be great? Cheap wrestler versus James Ellsworth. I can see it now. Comedy gold! My arch nemesis, Christian Cruz. Now, I've wrestled this guy in, I think, 3 different states: Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and North Carolina. But I have never wrestled him in New York. Now, if you watch the second episode of my wrestling journey, you guys already know this. He agreed to it. You guys heard him. So make sure, if you follow him on social media, give him a hard time. Let him know that I'll be waiting. Another one of my former tag team partners, Tristan Law. Tristan and I mean, we've traveled all up and down the East Coast as a tag team, Law of Attraction. A pretty damn good tag team, if I say so myself. But we've never faced off one-on-one. Just never happened. There was times where we were really close, but it just never seemed to work out. And I feel like before the year is over, myself and Tristan need to get in that ring and make it happen. At least once. We have a lot of history, which you will see very soon for the 3rd episode of my wrestling journey. I met Dan back in IWF just like I did with Ness Lopez and Kareem West. We got along really well, but we've never wrestled each other. Not in an official match, maybe just some, sparring sessions and training, but we've actually never worked a match before. He's doing his thing in Northeast Wrestling. I believe he is a 4-time tag team champion, which is really impressive. And I think it's about time that you and I step in the ring, Mr. Evans. I think it's long overdue. Very good friend of mine, very good guy. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna have to whoop that ass. I've known Chris Banks since MySpace was relevant. And I feel like I'm dating myself here, but Chris Banks is a good wrestling buddy of mine. As funny as it sounds, another New Jersey, New York-based wrestler. However, I don't think we've ever even been on the same show in New York and New Jersey. We had back in North Carolina, and we've stayed friends. We keep in contact, but he's definitely a guy that I admire his work. I think he's a great athlete, And I think that him and I stepping in the ring is something that I would love to see happen this year. This next name you guys will definitely recognize, Darren Young. Darren Young, as you know, used to work in WWE. He was part of the Primetime Players, and he's someone that I would love to step in the ring with. I think he is a great worker. Mr. No Days Off. Darren Young is definitely someone that I would love to step in the ring with this year. Tori Fuego, this is another rematch. So I believe, and I could be wrong about this, but I believe I was Tori Fuego's first match. Very short match, short and sweet for East Coast Pro Wrestling. It lasted about, I don't know, maybe 4 minutes long, but it's something that I really cherish. I thought it was a really good match, and I think at this point in time, I know he feels his skills have improved so much since then. Tommy Dreamer gave us some pointers. He said that he thought the execution was really well, that there were some things we could fix up. So Tori Fuego, ooh, what time is it, my brother? I think it's almost time for you to put your money where your mouth is. What do you think? This list was originally just 10 wrestlers, but I had to add one more person to it. This person is a very, very good friend of mine. He recently started wrestling training and he is killing it. I got to watch him do his thing this week and I was really, really impressed. So I have to add my boy, Stan Michael, to this list. Man, listen. When you have one of your first matches, you better call up your boy, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, because right there, I mean, right off the bat, you know, all of our friends and family, they'll want to see that, man. You and I need to get in the ring. Let's make it happen. Don't be playing with my heart, man. Don't be playing with me. And that is my list of 11 wrestlers that I would love to face on the independent scene. So yeah, we're obviously not including like, Cody Rhodes, The Undertaker. You know, we're not including those guys. I would love to face off with Chris Jericho and whatnot, but yes, the independent scene specifically. And if you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe, ring-a-ding-a-ding, that bell. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world, Matt Rivera. It's time for change. Peace!